course ENT204. And I'm taking our for leadership. With this being said, let's hop straight into it. Okay, we've been talking about who an entrepreneur is and the process of entrepreneurship. All right, continuing our last set of classes. And today we're going to be talking about leadership. Now, we will be considering according, okay, to, based on the work of the writer, such as Bruns. We will be talking about his view, all right, given to the rise to which a distinction between two fundamental forms of leadership, which is the transactional and the transformational. Okay, the transactional and the transformational kind of leaders. Now, let's take it one step at a time. Okay, just a moment. Okay, now, according to the transactional leadership, all right, the transactional leadership. I think I need to adjust my camera. Yeah, I think this is better. Now, the transactional leadership is based on legitimate authority. Are we together? This sort of leadership is based on the legitimate authority. Okay? The legitimate authority within the bureaucratic structure of the organization. Legitimate authority. Okay? Legitimate authority based on the what? Bureaucratic structure, okay, within the bureaucratic structure of the organization. The emphasis is on the classification of goals and objectives, work tasks and outcome, and organizational reward and punishment. That is his jurisdiction. While the transactional keep appeals to the self-interests of the followers. Self-interests of the followers. Are we seeing the differences? Now, it is based on relationship of mutual dependence. Mutual dependence. Here, this leadership is based on the relationship of mutual dependence. His followers or his subordinates, all right, depend. The response he gets from them is strictly on the mutual, all together, the mutual, okay, just a moment. Okay. The mutual understanding, okay, between the leader and his subordinates. This is okay. Now, let's take it one step at a time. The transactional leadership is based on legitimate authority. Okay. Now, the transformational leadership, all right, is a process of engendering higher level of motivation and commitment amongst followers. The emphasis here is on generating a vision for organization and the leadership ability. Now let's take a look at this. We have higher level of motivation. Okay, higher level of motivation and commitment. Higher level transformation. Higher level of motivation and commitment. Okay, are we together? Now, the emphasis here is that there is a vision, there is a target that must be met. There is a vision, there is a target, and his responsibility is to motivate, all right, and ensure 100% commitment to achieving this goal. Are we together? Now, it says here some of the components of this transformational leader, all right, transformational leadership, okay, is the leader motivates the follower to do more than what is expected. All right, to do more than what is expected, and the extent of transformation is measured in terms of the leadership effects on the followers. Meaning that if it does not effectively manage the follower, the chances that the result or the target will not be met is high. Okay, so we have that as that. Some of the influence this transformational leader has, or some of the strategy he does in order to achieve his target, all right, to add the commitment from his subordinates, are the idealized influence, inspirational motivation, intellectual stimulation. All right, leaders solicit new novel approaches, all right, for the performance of work, creative problems from followers. You have to use your intellect to stimulate, all right, to assume, to create a problem and expect them to react in certain ways, all right, be proactive, think ahead of time for your followers. Okay, so we have that as that. So very quickly, let's talk about, okay, just a moment. We have the guidelines for transformational leadership. Okay, according to York provide a set of guidelines for transformational leadership. York says articulate a clear and appealing vision. Guideline for transformation leadership. All right, clear and just pardon, clear and appealing vision. When there's a clear and appealing vision, all right, the chances that the targets can be met is high. Okay, says articulate a clear and appealing vision of what the organization could achieve or accomplish. Okay, explain how the vision can be attained, established. All right, attainment of vision. explain how the vision can be achieved, all right, and established. We also have express confidence in followers and the ability to carry out all right, the strategy for accomplishing this mission. We have to make them understand that they are capable. They are more than what they think. Don't forget, we said intellectual stimulation. Make them feel that they are capable and they can achieve the task or the set goal or objective. Okay, so we have that as that. So very quickly, let's talk about the corporate, all right, the corporate organizational effectiveness. We have corporate organizational effectiveness. Here, we are simply talking about, are we together? We are simply talking about the process of meeting organizational objectives, okay, prevailing societal expectations in the near future and adapting and developing in the intermediate future and surviving in the distant future. Corporate organizational effectiveness. Okay, we have meet organization expectations first. We also have prevailing societal expectation. All right, meet societal expectation in the what future. Okay, adapt and develop the what intermediate future. We have adapt, all right, and develop the intermediate, okay, future, and surviving the distance, okay, surviving the distance future. That is the corporate organizational effectiveness. Okay. Now, the key factor in organizational effectiveness is the successful management of change, innovation, and corporate renewal. Management, the success of this is what? Effective management of change, okay, innovation, okay, cooperate and corporate renewal, not like an upgrade. Everyone loves to upgrade, a twist of change. So we have that as that. So there are some approaches to organizational effectiveness. There are some approaches to organizational effectiveness. Okay, to mention but a few, are we together? Okay, to mention but a few, let's take some. Okay, now we have the goal approach, okay, the resource acquisition approach, okay, the internal process approach. Let's quickly establish these 3 points highlighted, mentioned. The goal approach here, effectiveness is the ability to excel at one or more output goal. All right, goal approach. Okay, that is the goal approach. The ability to excel at one or more output goal. The key organizational results or outputs are compared with what? The previous stated goals. Okay? Excel at output goal compared with past output goal. Okay? So we have the resource acquisition approach. Here, we are simply talking about, just a moment. Here, we are simply talking about, okay, inputs. When inputs instead of output is being particular and deliberately referred to. Okay? So we have resource acquisition approach. Here, okay, when the factors of production are being acquired, all right, and utilized in the most effective way. So it is more input, all right, rather than output. Okay, factors of productions like raw materials, capital, labor, technical expertise, and the likes. Then we have the internal process approach. This internal process approach refers to the third approach as the LD system approach. An organization here is said to be an system in information flow. All right, if information flows smoothly, we have the internal process approach when information flows smoothly, as the LD. All right, LD, as a LD system. LD system. So we have data stack. Now let's take a step further. Okay. There's something called change model or change models. This is best known, okay? The best known change models are developed by Lewy. All right? Lewy in 1951. Now, Lewy models said Lewin's model says basic mechanism for managing change, all right, as follows. On freezing, here we are talking about the present stable equilibrium which supports existing behavior and attitude. On freezing. What are we talking about here? When what has been is changed, all right, it is called unlearn to learn. The basic mechanism for managing change, according to Lewy, is based on freezing, altering the present state, all right, equilibrium which supports existing behavior and attitude. When what has been known is altered, then you have to unlearn to learn. Okay? It also changing. Changing here means developing new responses based on new information. Developing new responses based on new information. Then freezing talks about stabilizing the change by introducing the new response. All right, freezing. Now, change here is being stabilized by providing new responses to the way things should be done. All right, so we have that as that. We have backward model. I beg your pardon. That's a back. All right, backward model. Backward model here in 1969. Okay, according to Backward said a change program should incorporate the following processes: setting goals, diagnosis, transition, and just that. Set goals, diagnose, all right, and transit. Okay, goals are expected to be set, all right, they are expected to be diagnosed and also observe the transition process. Okay, we have that as that. Okay, we've actually moved considerably to some level, all right, and we'll be calling wrap here for today. In our classes, we'll be calling wrap, all right, on this course. And in our class, we'll be talking about entrepreneurship in a changing environment. Thank you very much, everyone. You have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to seeing all the tutorials. Bye for now.